Coffee break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? Look at my mug. How cute is that? A student of mine actually sent this to me for Valentine's Day. Isn't it the sweetest? Look, it's two pandas. And then it says San Diego Zoo. A little bit of home, right? So today I'm here with this eye tutorial. I have been doing non-stop get ready with me's, and a lot of you are like, Dani, pump the brakes, girlfriend. That is way too long. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody wants to talk to you about all the stuff you talk about in your get ready with me's. Let me tell you guys, if you don't watch those videos, you are missing out on the tea. Just kidding, it's really not that interesting. But a lot of you guys like watching those videos because you get to get ready with me, literally. That's the whole point. It's like real time get ready with me. But I did promise you guys a series using the Fiona Stiles Artist Eyeshadow Palette. I did a review on this palette, which I will link in the description box below. I also did a get ready with me using this palette and the face palette, and I will link it in the description box below. But I was so blown away with this palette and the face palette that I told you guys, I love it so much, I think I'm gonna do a series with it. And I think that's something that I kind of dropped the ball on my channel. I used to be so good at picking up a new palette and doing a series where I would do 3 to 4 tutorials using the same exact palette so that you guys could feel a little bit more confident in your purchase, right? It makes sense. As a beauty vlogger, I can't recommend a palette unless I show you how to use it multiple ways. So when I got this palette, I fell in love with it. A lot of you guys were like, well, why don't you show me how to use it then, yo? So I was like, all right, challenge accepted. So here's the second look using this palette. I mean, doesn't this look pretty? It's kind of like, what's going on there? Like her eyes look dreamy, a little seductive. I always feel like if I do this move, it just makes it more sexy for some reason. It probably does the complete opposite. But anyway, if you guys missed out on the review of this palette, this is what the palette looks like. It's a predominantly cool palette. It's more of like a purpley taupe type palette. So those of you with neutral to cool undertones would probably get the most benefit out of it. But you guys know how I feel about makeup. If it makes your heart flutter, you do what you want, put it on wherever you want, do it however you want, wear it however you want, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. I am in a mood today. Anyway, enough of that long introduction. If you want to see how I do these eyes, then please keep watching. The first thing we're gonna do is take this eyelid primer from Ulta. It's the Nude Matte. I think it comes in 2 different colors. I think it's just nude or like a shimmery one. I'll think, because I don't know for sure. And I am going to apply that all over the lid. This is kind of like a silky primer. So if you guys have oily lids, I'm not so sure it would be the best option. The coverage kind of reminds me a little bit of MAC's Paint Pots. It does have a cool undertone, but like I said, it's kind of silky. So it allows the eyeshadows to apply real easy and blend real nice, but it's emollient, you know what I mean? So it's really good for like drier skin. But I think if you have oily lids, it might be a little slippery. So after I do that, I'm gonna take just a fluffy powder brush and translucent powder and just kind of lightly dust that over the eyelid primer. This kind of helps to seal it a little bit. And then if you have any excess powder that falls down, it makes it a lot easier to like clean up if you have fallout. After that, what am I gonna do after that? I don't remember how I did this side. Is that awful? I did it like 10 minutes ago and I already forgot. Look how chapped my lips are. Speaking of chapped, let me get some chapstick on here. Do you guys remember Flavor of Love? And that girl that would always say lip chap? Put on some lip chap. Yes, I'm a fan of really, really poor reality TV. Okay, so after that, oh, I remember. I take this Bdellium 778. You guys, I have to get better at telling you guys brushes. I know you guys ask me all the time. It's always the same brushes though. I promise you, there is no magic rabbit out of a hat. It's always the same brushes. And I told you guys this palette, haven't been able to put it down. So I'm gonna take this color right here and the Bdellium 778. This is a brush that everyone needs in their life, whether you have a big eye or small eye, big eyelids, small eyelids, whatever, you need it in your life. Then after I do that, I'm gonna go in with a small blending brush, and I think this is the one I was using. Small blending brush, and this color right here, the one right in the middle. And we're kind of being the operative word, because every time I try to do a halo eye, every time I fail. So we're kind of doing that, but if it works out or if it doesn't, or if one's bigger than the other, it's no big deal. I always tell you guys, I'm not a makeup artist. I do this for fun. And I think that's the whole point of makeup. You know, that's the point why we come on here on YouTube, to kind of get a little distraction from our daily lives. Not to mention that we all have a preference on how we do our makeup, whether it's the application process, the type of products we like or enjoy, which ones we feel prettier in. I know some people are like all about that matte eyeshadow life, and then other people are like, oh my god, if I don't use a shimmery something, I don't feel like myself. Other people are major fans of color. I mean, I don't know anyone I've heard. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to take a giant fluffy blending brush. Oh, this is just the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, one of the OG ones. And then this is Morphe M511, nothing on it. And we're gonna run that on the crease to kind of soften up the situation that we have going on here. And I noticed that this Morphe brush, a lot of times I blame eyeshadows or products. And it's also really important to focus on the actual tool that you're using, because a lot of times it's not the product's fault. A lot of times it's the technique or the application or the tool. And I feel like Morphe, this brush, is a little bit more rough, and the goat hair that it has is kind of porous. So it really removes a lot of product, and that's only good when I'm doing something like this. Other than that, I don't reach for it that often. Then I'm gonna go in with, oh man, which one was it? I think it was this one. I think it was this brown eyeshadow. Oh no, was it? I'm so bad. I did this like 10 minutes ago. And that's gonna go in the crease and slightly above it, and just kind of blend it away. I don't want to do nothing too crazy today, because I do have to go out and it's midday. But I thought that if I did like a halo eye where like the center is really bright, then it would, you know, be a little bit more daytime appropriate. I hate using the word appropriate, and like there's rules. There's no rules. You wear whatever you want. So that's gonna go in the crease. And then I've been getting a lot of rashes lately, you guys, and I don't know what's going on. I think it's because I've been taking a new supplement, and I don't know if I'm allergic, because I don't feel weird, but I'm getting a couple of rashes, and they're like those like splotty. They're a little weird looking, a little like Martian status. This color here, it's like a really shimmery pearl color. That's gonna go on the center of the lid. And I'm not bringing it up too high, because then I'm just gonna do the whole lid, and that's not the look we're going for. We really just wanna focus it on the middle. So you plop it down, and then you take that same color that you used for the halo portion. And what I like to do to kind of blend out things easier is I kind of do this, or I rock it back and forth in the crease, like in the orbital bone area. Rock it back and forth, back and forth. So if there's any leftover product, the darker shade, it also deposits that, and then it also blends out that beautiful pearl shade. I feel like my eyes aren't matching very well. So let's kind of try and fix it. We're gonna go in with that middle shade again. Gonna even it out on the other side. Over here. This is partially one of the reasons why eye tutorials are a little bit more difficult if you do one eye. I like to do one eye for reference so that you guys can kind of follow along if you're doing this tutorial. But then at the same time, I'll either forget what I use or they don't match, and then I have to even them out. You guys, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Even out that center glow. Okay, before we move on to mascara, we're also going to do the lower lash line. But before we do that, I'm going to take this 778 again. Just lightly tap it into the icy shade. I mean the littlest bit. And then I'm going to run that up here. just a little tiny bit. And I'm gonna adjust it later when I do my brows. That'll probably be off camera, but it won't be anything major. I don't like a shimmery brow bone, but I do like a little bit of light. So just that, so that you guys, you know, just so you're aware that I'm gonna do that. And then to the lower lash line, I'm going to take a copper eye pencil. This is from ColourPop, but there's so many really nice ones at the drugstore, from Rimmel, or what's another brand that has a really good one? Milani has a really beautiful like coppery bronze. And I'm gonna apply that to the lower lash line. And that is gonna be our base to another eyeshadow that we're gonna lay on top. So run that on the lower lash line. After that, we're gonna go in, how pretty is that color? I kind of just wanna leave it alone. Then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. This is the Bdellium Tools 772, and you can see it's the same brush, except in little. It's like a mama and baby. And then we're gonna go into this color right here. This color looks really cool, like a cool icy mauve, but it's actually a like espresso color. It's like a shimmery brown. And that's gonna go on top of that bronze. Just gonna kind of like smudge it out a little bit, and it's gonna get crazy for a second, bear with me. After that, we're gonna take the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and we're gonna go into this brown shade here, and that's gonna go just below that color that we diffused a little bit. And that's just gonna it's just gonna bring it down even more, but it's gonna bring it down in a very diffused way, so it's not gonna look as like sharp. I don't ever like my looks to be very sharp. It's partially why I'm really bad at doing like a cut crease, because I don't like that really precise sharp. If it's not even or symmetrical, I get really upset. I get upset. I'm a little controlling, so I just do more softer looks like this, because if they don't match, ain't nobody gotta know. Now, I think that's about it, you guys. Now we're just gonna go in with mascara, and for mascara, I am using these two guys right here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to curl my lashes, which I haven't been doing for a while, but I have been wearing my glasses a lot more often. I think my eyes are getting worse. I'm definitely gonna need like a LASIK touch-up, which they do. Did you guys know that? I got my LASIK when I was, 17 or 18? So it's been quite a while now. And so I've been wearing my glasses a lot more recently, and I thought, oh, you know, it's because they're cute and trendy and I like how I look. It's really because I feel a lot more comfortable when I can actually see. So what I'm doing now is doing Rimmel Lash Accelerator, which is one of the best mascaras for lengthening. Separating and lengthening, this mascara is a G for that. It's amazing. But I will tell you this, if you are finicky with your face, like if you touch your face a lot, or you wear glasses or sunglasses, or you just can't avoid touching your face or redoing your makeup, it will flake a little bit. So I actually discovered that because the other day I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do a light coat of mascara, see how it looks. And I noticed that later in the day, I do play with my eyes a little bit because I get itchy or dry eyes sometimes. One of the perks of LASIK, and I noticed that it kind of crumbled a little bit or flaked. So I just went back to using it as like a lengthening and separating mascara. It's kind of like a step one. And then after that, I'll go in with my It Cosmetics Superhero mascara. And that one just gives me like the boom, like super explosive volume. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my mascara, and then I will be right back. And that completes the eye look. What do we think? Super cute, right? I was like, you know, when you look at this palette, the quality of this palette is out of this world. I love this palette. The quality is amazing. It's super smooth, super buttery. You can use it wet or dry, which is a major plus, especially recently. Recently, I feel like we finally put our foot down and we're like, look, unless you're a pony with more than one trick, don't give me another eyeshadow palette. At least that's where I am right now. I'm like, look, I don't want a one-trick pony anymore. I need a fancy palette with more than one bell and whistle. More than one bells and whistles. More than one bell, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so a lot of you said, well, you know, I feel like all the colors would get muddy or they would just kind of run together. Dani, why don't you just inspire me and show me how to use this palette? So I feel like this is a lot different from the first use that I showed you guys. Rewind. I feel like this look is very, very significantly different from the look that I did in the Valentine's Day Get Ready With Me. Super different. And then the other day, 2 nights ago on Friday, I did a really dark smoky eye. I mean, I'm talking like smoky eye. Like, I had to do it before I did my foundation because it was a situation going on down here. But it's definitely a multi-purpose palette. So I'm going to continue this series. Maybe I'll do that sexy smoky eye. I mean, it'll be post Valentine's Day, but who cares? Because you could wear smoky eye to Costco and ain't nobody got to tell you anything. Am I right? Anyway, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link the review in the description box below, along with the Get Ready With Me, where I do another look using this palette. Anyway, so if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, requests using this Fiona Stiles palette, leave it in the comment section below. And like always, if you guys found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time,